What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about the final book in the Glittering Court trilogy, The Emerald Sea by Richelle Mead. Overall, I'm really happy with how this series turned out because The Glittering Court, like on its own, it was a really cool book. I really liked it and it was just so unapologetically just what it was. It was super girly. It's about this school where you learn to be like a lady in high society. There are boys, we go to the new world, lots of pretty outfits, all that kind of stuff. But then underneath, it was really about the girls and it was really about their journey and their own story, and it was a lot deeper than I was expecting it to be, and because of that it was just a really cool read. Like, yes, it does have a couple of problems like here and there, but I still really enjoyed it. With the Midnight Jewel, it kind of faltered a little bit, which is upsetting, but in this final story about Tamsin, I feel like we finally returned to that feeling that first book had, and I really truly loved it. I really like the way that the series was structured, that it was all like one timeline, like one story, but each book focused in on a different girl. So we had Adelaide's story, we had Mira's story, and now we finally get to learn about what happened with Tamsin, because Tamsin is somebody who is really interesting. Like, she's a go-getter, like she knows what she wants and she's going to do anything to get there. Like, a lot of the other girls comment that Tamsin is somebody, like, if you need something to get done, like, Tamsin's gonna do it. Like, Tamsin gets stuff done. She's very determined to get to the new world, to like build a better life for herself. She has to be the best so that she can get the best husband and to have the best life. We don't really know why. We do get like a couple of hints here and there, but we do know that she's extremely strong-willed, and if anybody's going to do it, it'll definitely be Tamsin. And she gets a little bit of mystery with her as well, because she disappears from the other girls' stories for large portions of the book, because her ship that she was on going to Edoria gets blown wildly off course. We never really learn what happens to her during that time. We just know that she shows back up, she's determined, she's ready to keep going, but then something happens and she runs away again. So what exactly goes on here? And I think getting those gaps filled in was really amazing, and I really loved getting to learn everything about Tamsin, because she has a daughter. Like, she's somebody who wants a better life, not for her, but for her daughter. She wants to be able to live with her. She wants to be able to call her her daughter and not say, oh, it's my little sister. She wants a better life for her family. She's doing all of this for them, and she doesn't ever do anything for herself. She never lives selfishly. Like, this is all just for her family. So when her plans go awry, when she's stuck somewhere else, she's doing everything in her power to get back to where she needs to be, to get back to the place where she knows is going to build that brighter future, is going to get those things done for her. And you really see how brave and fearless and determined she is. Like, she doesn't let anything stand in her way. Like, even though she's like living with a whole bunch of like super crazy religious people, they're gonna like threaten to cut off her hair and like all this crazy stuff, she never lets anything stop her. She never like gets afraid. She never lets fear stand in her way. And then when she starts to like fall in love with somebody else, she's like, this isn't the way. I can't live selfishly. And what I love is that her falling in love isn't treated as an obstacle. Her falling in love is treated as her figuring out how to do things for herself and to live for herself as well. And it's really beautiful. I think the way that this book ended was really great, and I truly loved that. Now, of course, this series as a whole has a couple of problems, and this book does as well. The world building is really not that great, which is unfortunate, because we go to a lot of places and there are a lot of different people and there are a lot of different cultures and how things fit together, and it gets a little bit confusing. Now, it is sort of following the like England, America, New World sort of concept, so you can kind of figure out like how things are supposed to work, but I just wish we could have gone into it a little bit more, or it could have been a little bit more simplified, because in this book in particular, Tamsin spends time with a lot of different groups of people, and it's hard to keep up with how they fit together and who's doing what and whose culture is where. So it just would have been a little bit better if that could have been more simplified or explained a little bit better. We do get quite a bit of politics, especially towards the end of this book. I did find the pacing a little bit lacking there, and I had to really speed up the book because it was about to get taken away from me at the library and I needed to get it done. And you kind of already know how it ends anyway, because all three books end exactly the same way, just with a little bit of a different spin because it's following a different girl. But overall, I really loved this series. I do recommend it. It is exactly what you think it is. Like, it is a story about pretty girls in a high society in a school of how to be like a high lady and all of that kind of stuff. but underneath that, you do get some really awesome stories of these girls who are just trying to build a better life for themselves. They're just going out and doing what they want to do. They're falling in love. They're building better lives for their families. They're becoming pirates and like swashbucklers and like all of this stuff. And it's really fascinating. And I think it was just a really fun series overall. So I am giving this book a B- as a series as a whole. I'd probably also give it a B-. And it's just, yeah, like I said, tons of fun to read. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything I got for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!